Let's get started streaming. MacBook. MacBook. Mike is starting to feel like a bit of a pain in the ass. Wonder if I can do this. No, that's silly. All right. Are we back? Thought you had gone to the great genius bar in the sky. You know, to show them how to fix a MacBook. All right. So here we have yet another MacBook. Let's open up this MacBook and see why it's not working. This is a MacBook over here. MacBook. It appears I've actually run out of magnets. Wow. I need to get some more magnets. Let's steal them from Steve or Paul. Paul's magnets. Brrr. Indeed, high voltage. A1181 magnets are the best. Damn straight, biking crazy. Lewis, hope you have a very Merry Christmas. Thank you for all you do online and offline. You've taught me so much about electronics through the years. Thank you, even though you are working. I hope you get to spend some time with friends and family on Christmas. I'll have lots of time with my kitty this Christmas. Where's that leaning tower of magnetism you had last week? Those are all inside of Macbooks that I have fixed or opened. Much screws. It appears this MacBook already works. It's drawing 600 milliamps. Took it to College IT and they couldn't fix it. Took it to Apple Store in Tennessee and they said they could send it out to get fixed, but it would take 2 weeks. I would like the computer to work if possible. Wouldn't everybody? Greedy bastards. You want your computer to work. What the hell is wrong with you? Alright, so the first thing to do, since they mentioned the screen not working, is just take a little look at the screen circuit. This is where the LCD connector is, where the screen is going to attach to the machine. I don't see anything that looks too bad. A little bit of dog hair, maybe some cat hair. Why don't you use nano coating on all the boards you fix? Because it's pointless. If I nano coat the boards, then people are going to think that it's waterproof. And then they're going to complain when they spill water again, saying, I thought you said this was waterproof. And there's also the issue of everything else getting wet. Like, can I nano coat a keyboard, a trackpad, a screen cable? Can I nano coat all that stuff? And if I do, how are you going to fix it if something else happens later? Just not something I'm interested in. Okay. So, we're not getting a light on the screen or an image. The first thing we're going to do here is see what voltage we get on the screen. I'm going to check the voltage we get at screen backlight and also at image. We should be expecting to have... we should be expecting 5 volts on image, which we get. And let's see what we get at backlight. 39.6. 39.6 is a number that I would expect if the backlight is not actually making its way to the screen usually. Oh wait, nope, that's actually working. What? Seriously? Wait, so all I had to do is unplug the screen and plug it back in, and it works? You gotta be kidding me. I unplugged the screen, I plugged it back in, it works. College IT and Apple Store couldn't fix this. It's fucking shameful. Wow. Well, imagine that. Next. We have the same policy with gloves in the labs. We don't wear them in bacterial labs because people are less careful with washing their hands and what they touch afterwards. You deal with bacteria, Nasera? That's a joke. So, most likely a little bit of compressed air, changing thermal paste. This would be a happy MacBook. You charge for this repair when it's something so trivial. If it's no liquid damage, I just charge for the return shipping. Like I want to get you when there's an actual thing to do. Like I'm not going to charge you $50 for this or whatever, because then you're going to have a bad taste in your mouth and you're not going to want to show up here when you have a clicking hard drive. I want you when you have a clicking hard drive or a bunch of water damage. I don't want a nickel and dime and then lose the real business as a result of being greedy on the tiny stuff. Could it be a faulty capacitor? I don't know. There's thousands of little capacitors on that board. That's like saying my car is not starting. Could it be a faulty alternator? I don't know. Most likely the screen just needed to be unplugged and plugged back in. She probably dropped it and moved the screen cable around. Where's my burrito? I'd like my burrito. Your order will arrive between 8:45 and 8:55. Do you own a DFL setup? Huh? Diffel? Do you run the test software to make sure nothing else is wrong? I don't, but somebody else does. So I get fan spin and then I leave it off to everybody else to reassemble, test, run Apple Service Diagnostic and all that good stuff. Because if I spend time testing, then it's harder for me to keep up with going through all the board repairs. I churn out all the boards, and then somebody else does all the testing and reassembling and ultrasonicing and all that stuff. It's the only way that one person can fix so many boards in such a short period of time. I dropped my ThinkPad today. The battery fell out, but it still works perfectly fine because it's not a MacBook. Damn straight, Tim Herman. Damn straight. There's another MacBook over there. We need incentive. I need to gain the incentive and the morale to take on another MacBook. We're going to do it. We're going to take on that MacBook. Good night, Brody. What do you think about JBC? It's good stuff. It's just ridiculously expensive. If somebody else is paying for it, then buy it. But you have nightmares about MacBooks. I have nightmares about other things that I shouldn't discuss on YouTube. How long do you warranty your work? Depends on the repair that you get. Different stuff has different warranty. How long do I warranty the freebie of unplugging a cable and plugging it back in? I don't, because I didn't bill you, so I'm not warrantying it. It would be stupid to warranty things that you didn't charge for. We're almost caught up, Patsy. After like doubling the amount of people that work here. Okay. Here's another MacBook. It says motherboard. Please work on Christmas. I plan to. How long are your days? I don't keep count. Hello, Sieg. Sieg 67. Thank you, Anon. Yes, that's sleepy. It seems Nasser's Swedish sense is off. She can't tell if people are Swedish or not. Am I Swedish? For the next burrito. Thank you, Don. Tim says I plan on working Christmas too. Damn straight. You're the Swedishest. Okay, let's take a look at this MacBook. I wonder what's wrong with this MacBook. Who hurt you? We get a light in the charger and it takes 600 milliamps. This is most likely a totally working MacBook. I can also see that your RAM shield is all bent up. This looks like a TLCS 3.7 mid-range driver. Dear God, who hurt you, MacBook? Alright, this machine appears to already boot, which means I don't know why it's here. I have nothing to do to this machine. I don't need EFI unlock. I asked if EFI unlock is something you offer and I get timed out. Bad hi-hi. No, good hi-hi. Good hi-hi. I appreciate your $5. God bless you for your $5. But also, God bless hi-hi for leaving anything even remotely related to EFI unlock out of my chat. I think you should learn some Swedish to substitute the sukabalett every once in a while. I don't know I don't know who would teach me Swedish. That's the thing. I don't know anybody that's Swedish who would be able to teach me Swedish. If only somebody had the time to teach me Swedish. Alright. Looks like we should be getting another MacBook. I see somebody outside that looks like they may be here with my food. This guy have my burrito? This guy may have my burrito. Hey, burrito? Oh, he doesn't speak English. Hey, you have a burrito? Yes, burrito, thank you. He speaks zero English. I don't know if this is my food or somebody else's, but I suppose we're about to find out. I should probably grab another MacBook while I'm also grabbing my burrito. Let's take these 3 MacBooks. I knocked off down my Threadripper screwdriver. Oh no. Just say vad I helvet sometime. Vad I helvet. What did I just say? I'm kind of scared. I shouldn't be listening to Nasara. Who knows what the hell I just said? I'm going to wind up in the Wall Street Journal like PewDiePie. Let's see, what did I just say? I'm scared to search. Oh boy. Vad I helvete. That means what the hell?
Vad i helvete? What the hell?
Small donkey. I didn't want sour cream. Oh well, fuck it. Suppose I'm cheating today. I suppose I can fix that. Shouldn't be too much effort to fix that. Oh well, let's see how good this thing is. Some stale ass shit. Tastes fairly stale. Some pretty stale rice. Some salt will make up for how stale this tastes, hopefully. This isn't from the same place I usually order. I got sick of it, but I should have ordered from there because this is awful. Maybe it just tastes stale because I'm sick. That is a foot warmer, patty cakes. That is fucked. Indeed they are, John Bigman. Where are you from? Are you vegetarian or vegan? I'm a good vegetarian and a sometimes cheating vegan. Good vegetarian, bad vegan. Okay. These beans taste pretty awful. This rice tastes pretty awful. Yep. I've learned the lesson of not trying new things so many times, and yet I still tried something new. Why? Fairly terrible burrito. That's what I said, Michael Goodwin. I mean, Geoff. Bad vegan. There are lots of Christians that don't all go to church on Sunday. This tastes like garbage. Enough is enough. Ugh. Fuck that. It was a terrible burrito. Fucking disgusting. It's a disgrace. They should be ashamed of themselves if they charge money for that shit. Ugh. Absolutely disgusting. Gross. Glad I keep mouthwash at the office. Goddamn worst burrito I've eaten in a long time. That was the worst burrito I've eaten in a long effing time. That is a shame. That is shameful. Utterly shameful. Once I need my protein, I could not be a vegan. I think that the United States has a bit of an obsession with certain things in their food, like protein. There are so many people that demand that they need more protein, but then they need to take laxatives in order to take a shit. Like, have you seen the amount of protein that's in peanut butter or beans or so many other things? Like, I managed to get enough protein. I do my running, my bike riding, my weightlifting. Ugh. Okay. So it seems like it's time for another MacBook. Let them know how it was, or post their number here for others. It's New York. You just admit that you got screwed and move on. Okay. Damn, that was an awful burrito. Absolutely awful. Disgusting. Gross. Never eating at that shithole again. Alright. Another MacBook. I do believe we have another MacBook to get started on here. Next. This says battery or logic board issue. Cool, John. Why sorry cues? What do you get if you take one big stack of broken MacBooks and add a Lewis? One big stack of working MacBooks and a broken Lewis. Lewis was broken before he started fixing MacBooks. This is in 2012 A1398. This is going to have the U8900 issue. So it said issue with battery or logic board. What does that mean? So the water damage indicator is white on this battery. Let's see what it does when I plug it in. It does give me fan spin. Okay, now let's see what happens if I plug the battery in. Turn this thing on. Does it? How many amps do you take? It's taking 1.8 amps. That makes me wonder if it is charging the battery. And I see an Apple logo and it's booting. Seems to be booting rather slowly. It's quite slow for a solid-state drive. Are you still booting? Interesting. You went to a blank screen. And if I unplug the charger, it immediately turns off. Alright. Let's first see what the voltage is on PP-Bus G3 Hot when the battery is not plugged in. I would expect the voltage on PP-Bus G3 Hot to be 12.6, and that's what it is. Now I'm kind of curious what the battery is without a charger plugged in. Our battery voltage is 2.2 volts. That battery is depleted and destroyed. So the battery itself on this machine is bad. It should never go that low. And the issue here is going to be the battery that died. But the other issue is going to be it's not booting into the operating system because the GPU power is spiking and going down. That's going to be one of those U8900 faults. So I'll take this apart to get to U8900 and show you that. Have you ever replaced all the modules to replace a failed drive? No. Not worth it. If you eat fish from that, you are going to have 3-armed babies. Ugh. Colton, that's actually one of the few models that just lasts and doesn't usually die. Check for drive failures as well. Nah, that drive is fine. Just SanDisk memory, Samsung controller, it'll be fine. Did you live in New York back in the 90s? I've lived in New York since November 19th, 1988. Feeling any better than this morning or worse after dumpster burrito? About the same. How cold is it there? It's quite cold, but the fever is making me feel warm, so it's like having my own built-in heater. That's why you eat grass-fed animal meat. I don't understand the obsession with grass-fed stuff. It's just it's like a middleman. Like, be a vegetarian or just eat the meat. But this whole grass-fed stuff just seems like nonsense. It's like sending a board to YouBreak iFix that is then going to send that board to me. Why not just send the board straight to me? Cut out the middleman, man. You don't need a middleman. I only eat grass-fed cows when I am eating their fat and meat and insides and muscles and ugh. All about that. What? I think I vote for you all to cut out some middlemen. What's the cost for this repair? I don't know yet. Don't know what it means. Thank you for the great videos. Thank you. A person can eat what they want, sleep with whoever they want, consensually vote for whoever they want, and listen to whoever they want as long as they don't buy Apple. Sounds good to me. Do you offer it? Should I consider not offering it? I don't offer EFI password shit because I don't want anything to do with stolen crap. Nobody who takes the time to set an EFI password is just going to magically forget it. And if they do, there's a receipt on the computer that they can use to get it reset by the Apple Store. Just don't bother with that shit. Okay. Look at these beautiful solder joints. Look at that. Those are Apple solder joints right there. Eh? Yeah. You want to know why your GPU randomly crashes? Oh, God, that's awful. Man. That is genuine dog shit. Look at this. Look at those joints. This is how a MacBook is held together. Can you believe it, folks? This is how a MacBook is held together. Wow. Look at how shit that is. Look at that one in the middle. Looks like somebody's just been stabbing away at it. Go to sleep, dudes. Fevers ain't a joke. Neither are these solder joints. And who's gonna fix them if I'm sleeping? I have MacBooks to fix. There's lots of MacBooks to fix here. Okay, we're going to use a tiny, reasonable amount of flux. I'm going to use the HAKKO T30-KN tip, linked down below along with the FM2032 iron. And we're going to run the solder in. And press down. And we're going to replace all that junky garbage solder with this nice new solder. Yeah. Here are our new joints. Much better. Who is buying A-data SSDs? Somebody doesn't want their data. That chip is not cracked. That's just a pubic hair. That's just the pube. See? Just the pube and some flux by the pube.
Watermelon.
PewDiePie versus T-Series. I subscribe to T-Series. I don't need a Barlow lens, Lamb. I like it the way it is. I don't use a Barlow myself. I subscribed to T-Series. That's right. And I unsubscribed to PewDiePie. Oh yes. I have subscribed to T-Series. Expect a 15-inch 2011 MacBook Pro in the mail tomorrow with a bloated battery. No! No 2011 15-inch. No! Shoo! Begone! Out of my store with that terrible nonsense. Okay. Let's see if this piece of crap boots. I unsubscribed from you. How's that feel? Feels great. Feels good, man. Feels good. So we screw in the charge port and we'll see if this thing is able to boot. I have subscribed to T-Series. I will stay subscribed to T-Series. You will not intimidate me. Why are we now blocked from accessing the board forum by Cloudflare? I don't know. That forum's gotten hacked like 20 times in a row. I'm in the process of moving it over to a new host and getting it fixed, but apparently Cloud vBulletin hosting does not work with the recurring subscriptions. I didn't know that until the other day. They said it worked in the ticket, but my web guy said it doesn't. We're in the process of fixing it. It probably got hacked again. It gets hacked constantly. I'm getting so sick and tired of it. So sick and tired of that site constantly getting hacked. I'll ask the web guy later. Would you work on a late 2006 MacBook? Absolutely. I would definitely do some work on a 2006 MacBook. I got this thing right here. This is the primary tool that I use whenever somebody sends me a MacBook from 2006. It's great. Should I... Will you ever turn on YouTube sponsorship? I don't even know what that is. Do you trust your web guy? I don't trust anybody. Ever. Why don't you use Envision Community Forum software? Because when I was doing my initial research, I found vBulletin, and it did everything I needed to. And it had subscriptions, and it was simple. So I used that. Yeah, send me your 2006. Send me that unfixable old crap. I dare you. Thoughts on Bitcoin? I have no thoughts on Bitcoin. I have zero thoughts on Bitcoin. So that's a no then, indeed. I used this on the iPhone 4 that somebody sent me a few days ago. This is the BigClive.com X-ray tool, indeed. Why not use my BB? Because I use what I use. If I used my BB, somebody in the chat would go, why don't you use vBulletin? If I use vBulletin, somebody go, why don't you use PHPBB? If I use PHPBB, somebody say, why not Envision Board? I use it because I use it. I don't know what kind of answers people expect to that shit. Alright. It looks like I have a mouse pointer at the upper left. Let's see if you actually booted. Did you boot or are you a corrupted operating system? Aw, you're a corrupted operating system, aren't you? Aren't you? Aren't you? I see the mouse pointer appear and disappear repeatedly. What would you say to repairing an iPhone 5S with dead charging circuitry? If you want data recovery, yes. If you want me to fix that $70, $50 phone for the sake of the phone, then we're back to this. We're back to this. Thoughts on ThinkPad X1 Extreme? Is Lenovo still preloading malware? I'm not sure. I don't know enough to be able to tell how to check and see if they loaded malware. It was really dumb of them to do that. They lost a lot of customer loyalty that way. Paul, you got to take the board out of the iPhone to do TriStar. It's not worth taking the board out because it's a $70 phone. If it's a $70 phone, somebody's going to want to pay $20 to fix it. If they want, are you taking the board out and soldering for $20, Paul Daniels? What the Lenovo malware scandal ended in 2016. Joy, Kernel Panic. Did they really? That's the thing. How do you know? How do you really know? There's still $250 phones here. Yes, that's because you live in a strange country, Paul Daniels. Alright, fuck this board. On to something else. Paul will figure this one out. Paul will figure this one out for sure. Hey. All right. I think it's time for another MacBook. Another MacBook. Doesn't matter, comma. Oh, look. Another MacBook. Here, we have a MacBook that claims it was liquid damaged. This is an A1706 Touch Bar USB-C MacBook Pro. Let's figure out what's wrong with this MacBook. Salute to a guy that is willing to work when sick. I appreciate your videos, live feeds, and effort to further educate people. Also good to know that at least 2 libertarians in New York. Keep up the great work. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. They're going to show up outside of restaurants and fucking toss me out of the place. You can't be a libertarian in New York City. Shh! Don't tell anybody! Now everybody's going to call me a Koch brothers shill. Nah. I was kind of sad with the amount of votes Larry Sharp got. I was sad with the amount of votes that Larry Sharp got. If he lost with like 20 or 30%, fine. He lost with like 1.6%. Ouch. Alright. Time to open this MacBook. 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 Open this thing. Let's open you. See what's inside. What is wrong with it? It is liquid damaged, Catherine. I cannot calculate or estimate any scales at the moment. I'm sorry, Allie. Merry Christmas, Lewis. Thanks for allowing me to do board repairs and not relying on others. All the best from Thailand. Holy crap, that's a lot. Wow. Thank you very much. I really hope you have a lot of success in Thailand, and hope you enjoy what you're doing, and I hope you're making your customers happy. I'm really proud of you. I genuinely hope you are successful. Okay. Sleepy. What do we have in this MacBook? Okay. So what we're going to do here is drink some vitamin C water and pray that that keeps us from dying long enough to fix this MacBook. The first thing we're going to do is unplug the battery so that when we plug in the USB-C amp meter and USB-C charger, we know exactly how many amps the board itself is taking. You do realize is biased, you only seem broken MacBooks. You do realize that's not English. I don't have any idea how to decode that. That's not English, my friend. Okay, so the battery has been unplugged. So now what we're going to do is see how many amps it's using when I plug it into a USB-C charger. Look at this MacBook. You can see that there's a red liquid damage indicator there, and a little bit of blue and green corrosion over there. I wish there was a way to make this a little sharper. Like when you look at that, it's so blurred. I don't really know what I'd do. I'm at ISO 400, 160 exposure, 5.6 f-stop. Not really sure what I could do to make this less blurry. But it is genuinely blurry as hell. Like even the fins on the heatsink. Am I just being too picky about my camera stuff, or is this blurry? Like that looks blurry over there. This all looks blurry, like you can't really see the screws in there very nicely. I wish I could make this less blurry. And when I got that new Sigma lens, it was still just as blurry as this. So I'm sure it's something wrong with my photography. But if anybody has tips on how I can make this less blurry, I'm open to it, because if I had because I'd like to make this look a little nicer, be a little bit more upscale. Don't mind putting money into it, but since I don't know nothing about photography, I'm not really sure where to put it. Okay, so we're going back and forth between 30 and 60 milliamps, which typically means that we have a short to ground somewhere. One thing I really like about this board, Stuff Pepe Bus loves you, thank you. No, it's a bit washed out and not so sharp. Paul says I'm being picky, I need glasses. A nice full-frame sensor. Better lens. But what lens? I got it. That's encoding. No, it's not encoding, because this is the raw video that I'm looking at on the screen right now. And the raw input looks like blurry balls. Yeah. This is all this thing can zoom analog. This is all the analog zoom you get out of this camera. out of that lens. I don't know. It's still kind of blurry. Might be the you may want to go closer to F8. Well, let's try that. Let's see how F8 looks. F8. I'll raise the ISO a little bit. Let's see what that looks like. Still a pile of blurry shit, sadly. What do you think about Batteries Plus bulbs repairs on devices? Batteries Plus sounds terrible. That sounds like a U-break iFix and repair kind of place right there. From everything I've heard, avoid. The f-stop is now 6.3. Someone says Casey Neistat is an idiot. Why are we making fun of Casey Neistat? I don't see any reason to say nasty things about Casey here. More light. Alright, so the answer is I need to go blind. Alright, need more light. Then I can probably raise the f-stop and lower the ISO and do more cool stuff. You're a molecular biologist and you watch this channel? Wow. I need Paul S. to help me set up a proper streaming setup. Paul S. knows about photography. This is an A1706, Eric. Have you or Paul found a warm white ring for your microscope? No, but if you have a suggestion, I would absolutely love to hear it, because I really would like a warm LED for my microscope. I saw that Leica sells one, but it's about $500 to $600. And I don't feel like paying $500 to $600 for a tiny little LED ring light. I could afford it, but I don't think I'd be able to live with myself knowing I spent that much money on a bunch of little LEDs. I'm not seeing the blur you speak of, but if you're using Streamlabs, you can apply an unsharp mask filter. Personally, I don't think it's that important, but that's just me. Happy holidays. Thank you, Monkey Jedi. I appreciate that. Someone says bad audio sync. How the hell would you tell audio sync when you can't even see me? You're a troll. That's what you are. A terrible troll. GTFO. I was drawing up a board to get that done that I can populate with warm LEDs. Go ask Casey Duties, right there in the city. Casey Neistat is rich and famous. Casey Neistat does not have the time for people like me. People who are rich and famous are not going to answer my questions on how to make my cameras. Like, I can't just walk up to a dude who's a multimillionaire who is ridiculously busy with all of his own companies and say, hey, can you stop what you're doing with your life and stop spending time with your wife and your kid and your millions to help me set up my personal camera setup with questions that I could probably answer through Googling and reading B&H. Because if I did that, then I would become one of those people that I despise. The people that calls your business and takes you away from your customers to answer their questions on how to set up their own shit. Don't have it in me to do that. This all seems very slow. Go away, Hamish. I can't tell if John Bigman is trolling me or not. Like when somebody showed up here and said, hi, I want to fix boards. Can you tell me what equipment to buy? It's like, no. Go away. Go away. Once I'm done with my 15 hours of fixing MacBooks, I want to go home and fucking fall asleep. Not answer more questions about this shit. Maybe I'm just an asshole. Maybe Casey's a nice guy and I'm an asshole. I can't imagine somebody that busy having time for anybody, though. It's not even a mean thing. It's just the reality of life. Okay, you're not trolling. Have you ever thought about expanding the business? I'm not really sure what I would expand to. I mean, if you mean franchising, fuck no. I've seen that already. You break, I fix and repair, I cracked. Like, there's enough of that shit. The last thing this business needs is another fucking franchise that's... Or people don't know shit or CPR and screw everything up and don't know shit. And no. Just no. No franchising. I have thought about trying to get as much business as possible out of this location. I've been working on the mail-in part for about 5 years. I've been putting a lot more effort into the mail-in part over the past 5 years. What about all the people that are willing to pay good money for your knowledge? I mean, it's free, really. People are like, I need you to tell me what equipment to buy. It's like, okay, read the YouTube video description. I need to know what power rail needs to come first. I have like 10 videos titled, what power rail has to come first and why. I'd rather just do the video and release all the info. Because that's the thing, that's the most common misconception I get. People think, okay, yeah, I know you have all these videos on how to fix MacBooks, but like I want to know the real information. Like, how do you really do it? It's like, no, that's it. Like all the stuff in the videos, I'm not hiding anything. You know, it's not like it's not like these are the little trickles. This is the bait, and then if you pay me, I'm gonna give you the real information. This is all the real information. It's not edited. I don't leave shit out. I don't say you gotta pay in order for me to give you the real info. Like the YouTube shit is what it is. It's at least the edited videos, because I understand if people can't follow the live streams if they're new, but the edited YouTube videos are genuinely the real deal. I don't leave anything out. I don't strategically, do this thing where only some of the info is released, but then you got to go behind the paywall to get the real info. All the info's there. It's free. Like, go. Get it. Okay. Now, let's get this mofo out of the case. And you fuck. You were still attached. Turn off autofocus, then focus peak, and see if you can manually get it sharper. Then you'll know if autofocus is failing you. It might track on top of your hands. Interesting. Okay. That was one of the reasons that I stopped doing the classes, because people would show up and they would think, like they would show up to the class and they would think, okay, I know in your videos you say this, that, and the other, but like, what's the shortcut? Like, there is no shortcut. No, you have to measure, you have to think, you have to follow diagrams. There's no secret that I'm just going to show you because you decided to pay and show up. And that's what made me sick. That's one of the biggest reasons I stopped doing courses. Is because people thought, like, there's a secret. It's like, nope. Practice, think, analyze, measure, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. There's no secret. I can't believe you thought I was trolling you. I suppose. It's happened before. How many times have you ruined a chassis or flex because you didn't see a flex cable connected and you went all primitive and tore the board out? That I haven't done. I'm surprised I haven't done it, but I'll pull the board up, like, I'll do it again, I'll do it again, and I'll do it again, but I don't go, You should start using titles like "You won't believe how I fixed the next MacBook" just for fun. Nah. That sounds lame. So, it says, you're a rare breed. Most of the time in life, you'll find the real information behind a paywall. Well, here's the way I see it. Someday, something's going to happen to me, and I'm going to be fucked. I'm going to be starting over from scratch. I don't know what the hell could happen to me. I could lose all my money. I could get badly injured. I could wind up in jail. I could get sued. You really never know what's going to happen to you in life. So the idea I have is I'm going to give away all this crap for free, and then with no catches, no bullshit, and hopefully, God forbid, the day comes where I'm starting back from square one or square minus 20. Somebody that I helped will be there to help me. And I'll actually give a shit because in some way I helped them. That's my hope. Because I know it's going to happen. It happens to everybody at some point. You're going to wind up having to start over, or something's going to happen to you. It doesn't happen to everybody. I shouldn't say that. It happens to a lot of people. And when that day comes, I would hope that I don't wind up getting, hit over the head and tossed aside, so that nobody in the tribe has to wind up carrying me to where I'm going. Okay, so it looks like we're still back to 5 volts and 160 milliamps. Now it looks like we're taking 800 milliamps, which means this is most likely turning on. So something that's plugged into the machine is most likely keeping it from working. Let's confirm if that's the case by plugging it in with the screen. Like forgetting the iPhone 4 ear mesh. Paul Daniels, you're not buying screens without the ear mesh. I know that you're not buying shit without the ear mesh. Catherine is a profile picture that looks like an adorable little kitty. I love kitties. I have a kitty myself. Her name is Blackberry. She's adorable. Alright, let's see if this boots into an OS. Good night, John Bigman. Merry Christmas. I hope you have a good holiday. Don't eat any fish from your local river. Don't want you to have any kids with 30 fingers on one hand. Alright, Apple logo. So it appears that this really just needs an ultrasonic, and whatever is plugged into it that's keeping from working, somebody else is going to have to figure that out down the line. I'm sorry to hear that, Catherine. I don't know how you tell BlackBerry and Clinton apart. BlackBerry is about half the size of Clinton, so BlackBerry is anywhere from 9 to 11 pounds, and Mr. Clinton is about 25 pounds. Also, BlackBerry's a mute. BlackBerry doesn't know how to speak. She just sits there and stares, and every now and then stares more intensely, and sometimes goes brrr, brrr. My BlackBerry kitty goes. Brr, brr. She's so cute. I love my BlackBerry kitty. BlackBerry goes. Brr, 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 brr. All right. Next MacBook. Wait a second. This is not a MacBook. This is an Android book. So who sent in an Android book? Let's see what's wrong with this Android book. Yeah, it's quite some trolling there. Albert says Lewis's no signal screen has more views than Eli the computer guy. My cat has more views than Eli the computer guy. I think Eli the computer guy suicided and catapulted his channel. Poor bastard. Oh God, what the hell is this? I better not get blamed for that. You guys saw I didn't remove a screw from here. This is not me. I didn't do that. I did not do any of that. That's not me. That's not me. I'm losing incentive to continue on. This is far too much MacBook for one day. I need some incentive to continue. Where do... vitamin C water will give me incentive and motivation. Vitamin C water. That vitamin C water helped. Look at Sonia keeping chat clean. Thank you very much, Sonia. Vitamin C water did its job. Psh, 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 psh. What the hell are you talking about? I have a box ready and I'm watching an eBay listing for a broken 15-inch 2011. Don't you dare. Aw, they messed up the clips on the side of the machine. Now that is what we call a knockoff battery. So the stated issue is not charging, and the battery inside the computer appears to be a piece of shit. Let's see what this does when we plug it into a USB-C charger. We're going to plug this MacBook into a USB-C charger. This MacBook also appears to have a note in it. I wonder what the note says. About 3 weeks ago, my laptop stopped charging. I had charged it earlier in the day, used the battery, and then put it back down to charge overnight. The following evening, I picked up the laptop to find the battery at 90%, and the message "battery not charging" appeared when selecting the battery information in the header. I tried a replacement USB-C brick from a friend with no luck. I replaced the battery at the recommendation of an Apple employee, and the message still appeared. The battery charge has since drained out to 0 as I copied my files off. I am not sure if it's the controller chip that went bad or something else. There was no damage, impact, or water that could have caused it. Please let me know what you find, and unless it's a whole new logic board, I'll sign off on the papers to go ahead. There's a slight bit of damage, scratches only on the underside of the case. After installing the new battery, I got too frustrated and stripped one of the screws. I can't blame you. These are frustrating machines. In my attempt to get it out, I scratched up the underside. Rest assured that this damage happened after the issue. Thanks, Ben. Alright. So it stopped charging. So it's not charging a battery. Okay. Let's figure out what's going on here. So it is negotiating 19 volts. Because the charger is speaking to the computer. See, it says 19 volts over here. See that? But it's not even turning it on. Even if it's unable to charge the battery, this should at the very least be able to turn the thing on. So that's my concern. Why are you not turning the computer on? So, first things first, let's see what board number this is. This is an 820-00281, so this board should be one of those boards that would work even if the battery's not charged. Okay, let's just first put this battery recognition cable and slide it in there properly. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. And now it appears that we're stuck at 5 volts and 0 amps taken. This is some real bullshit. Because we were just at 19 volts a moment ago. Okay, so where do we begin in this cluster F? Let's unplug the battery again. Still same shit, 0 amps. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do, see if PP-Bus G3 Hot has a short to ground. It does not. Let's take the board out of the case and see just how correct this individual is when they said no liquid. 'Cause God knows, we've seen enough of that shit. Thanks, Jorge. Okay, let's get every screw out of this machine. You should set up Repair Shopper when live streaming the ticket, and ticket isn't working, send a text or email they can join live. Steve is actually really pissed anytime I show any sort of identifying marks of the computer. He does not want people to watch their repairs, because that usually ends very poorly, so they'll wind up going, wait, was he joking when he said he was going to remove my Thunderbolt circuit like an appendix? And all that kind of... It winds up causing issues. So he would prefer that I don't do any of that. He doesn't know that I'm showing identifying stickers right now, but what he doesn't know doesn't hurt him. But yeah, it makes customer service much more difficult when you do stuff like that. Or let's say I spend 5 minutes on a board, I make 5 measurements and say, yep, this is fucked, no hope. Somebody who thinks that I was the best person to send it to will get offended and think that I don't want to put effort into theirs because I hate them or I dislike them. When in reality, it's just I know enough at this point to be able to to know when a few measurements tell me that a board is not going to be fixable. And they'll get mad that I didn't put time and effort in. So it's best to avoid that shit by not having people watch their repairs. 2 weeks ago, people were donating to Jump and Queue. Yeah, there's also that. Like, why remove my JTAG? Yeah, that's the thing. If I see PM Sleep S4L is missing, it's drawing 20 milliamps, there's no sign of liquid damage, and there's no shorts, I throw the board away. You know, it takes me 90 seconds to determine that, because I know that that's not going to be solvable. And somebody's going to say, he only spent 90 seconds on my machine. 1 star! Only 90 seconds. He spent hours on these other ones, and he only spent 90 seconds on mine. It's like, yes, because yours is not fixable. The other ones at least had a light at the end of the tunnel. Yours didn't. But people are emotional creatures. They don't understand such things. They'll get mad. Is there a preferred... what flex cable issue? Which flex cable? I'm a little confused here. Give me back my capacitor on a MacBook because you know fix-it re. Oh yeah, there's that. Let's say I'm like trying to find a short. Like I'm trying to find a short circuit and I remove 5 components and the short's inside the board and I only put back 3 of the components. You stole my 2 things. I would probably be able to do that much earlier in the beginning because, you know, when you're small, the customer base you get is mostly a lot of it is referrals and people that really did their research to find you, that understand what you're about. But the larger you get as a business, the more customers you get that have no idea what you're about, and that's where you get in trouble. And where you get more douches. Alright. Let's see what the other side of this board looks like. We're very close to getting this board out of the case. These are a pain in the ass to get out of the case. What a pain in the ass to get out of the case. Super pain in the dick to get out of the case. I still have this one guy, he left a review on Better Business Bureau, Yelp, Google, Facebook, saying, look at what he did. He didn't fix my machine, and there's a capacitor that's soldered on the wrong way. And it's like, fucker. You realize that's the board repair I'm advertising, right? Like, you dumbass. It was a C7771 replacement. So I replaced C7771 with a non-tantalum. And the guy gets it back, and it's not working because his had something else wrong with it. And he goes, he soldered the cap on the wrong way. I'm like, you fucking retard. Let me see if I could find that, because that shit was so hysterical. You know what? I'm not going to. No. But it was hysterical. It was so cute. It's like, aw. You're too dumb to realize what it was. Ew! Nope. Paul. Nope. Not it. Not it. Nope. Fucking not it. Nope. Fuck that. Nope. See, this is the kind of shit that's going to get me in trouble. If I tell the customer I'm live streaming. You see what's going on right here? You see this? Because here's what I do when I get shit that looks like this on the inside. Here, let me show you what I do. Because I had this one customer 2.5 years ago that got me completely filled with fucking ants. They had a machine that had a few ants inside of it, and it had some like jelly-like substance. I think it was jelly or something, and that shit, and then a bunch of ants were roaming around the computer. It took us months. I had to put lemon and vinegar everywhere. It was fucking terrible. So when I see shit like this, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. And if the customer were watching this repair, they'd probably be mad at me because they wouldn't want to see me do this to their machine. But I am going to do it as soon as I find what it is I'm looking for. Okay, where was the thing I'm looking for? Where do they hide all the damn garbage bags? Where the F did you all go? I see Ziploc bags. I see large ones. The hell are normal kitchen bags? Not in there. Not in here. Fuck it. I'll just use a large garbage bag and not risk it. If I can't find the tiny ones. I swear I had kitchen bags here. Where the F are they? There's wrenches, a camera, an LED, gloves, Q-tips, boxes, dead Mac Pro. Boxes of quick nozzles. No, fuck it. I'll just use a big garbage bag. I feel like I'm being wasteful. Put the whole MacBook in the ultrasonic. Ants and donut jam will be gone. Paul can work on that MacBook. That one could. Paul will happily fix that model. My view count went up by 30 since I put the little bug on the screen. Overreacting for a little dead bug. Spoken like somebody who's never had an infestation in their store from a MacBook. I've had 2, and I never will again. Nope. Not touching any of that shit. Next. Next MacBook. $5 towards a Cooper's Pale Ale at the Australian, New York City. Just ask the bartender to roll the bottle before serving. Merry Christmas. Thank you. They said it doesn't turn on, but it seems to turn on. Thank you, David Stahl. It's very kind of you. So they said it doesn't turn on, but it appears to turn on. Trackpad appears to work. Suppose this will go in somebody else's name to test the rest of it. I think I'm out of stuff for tonight. I think I'm out of will to continue with this. I think it's time that I get some sleep. Go home and sleep and get ready to come back here tomorrow. This money is earmarked for kitty treats only. For Lewis treats only. The keyboard power button. The keyboard latch wasn't plugged in all the way. Maybe that's what was causing it to not turn on. Yeah, that's what it was. Power button works fine when the keyboard latch is plugged in. Yep, just needed the keyboard latch to be plugged in. That was that. Premium clickiness. Look at Hi shilling like a champ. Hi is a quality shill. What a quality shill Hi is. Here's a $5. Hope your fever goes away soon. Thank you. I'm thinking I shouldn't be done yet. I don't think I fixed enough MacBooks to be able to go home. I think I should have to fix another MacBook. Another MacBook. Perhaps I should have to fix another MacBook. Thank you. What's this here? This looks like another MacBook. This is another MacBook. I took it to repair place, and they have taken it apart and stated there's extensive corrosion. I don't get a warm fuzzy from them. Well, that's great. You're basing who you ship your computer to based on who makes you feel warm and fuzzy. Sounds like a Me Too moment. They said they would put it back together and not charge me if I didn't want to move ahead with it. They did say it was repairable, but are now quoting more money. The first estimate was $200. They are now saying $250. That's probably because you're a pain in the ass. Yep. Sounds like you're a pain in the ass customer. They are quoting you more money than the first estimate because they don't want to deal with your warm and fuzziness. Well, since we start at $325 for board repair in this model, I'm pretty sure that this would be a waste of my time as well. So let's see. Yeah, alright, so let's see if flux and reflow makes this work again, because I don't have the time to make somebody feel warm and fuzzy about their repair. And also, they've included everything in the notes to allow me to know that they don't want to pay for it either. Okay. Let's see if flux and hot air does this. Okay, we've got corrosion over here. Holy crap, corrosion over here, corrosion over here, corrosion over here, corrosion over here. And this woman doesn't even want to spend $200 somewhere else. You really shouldn't put in a note. This is one of those things that if you see that a business charges X for something, you really shouldn't send it to them and write in the note, somebody tried to charge me X minus 125 and I thought that was too much, I don't want to pay. Because how much time do you think they're going to spend on you? Like, you don't... It's like going to a diner and saying, I just went to McDonald's and they wanted $2 for a sandwich? Ugh! It's like, alright. Guess I can't help you either. Alright. And Thunderbolt area. It just doesn't seem smart to me. It doesn't seem like what you would do if you want somebody to actually care about it. was like, I'm not replacing everything on this board for 50 bucks. So let's see. RTC area looks messed up. Oh, that looks messed up. Backlight area messed up. Thunderbolt area messed up. Keyboard area messed up. Thank you, C80. I really appreciate that. So this board is a total mess. Did you ever get an 820-00138 board view? Do you still want me to shelf your email for one? Don't, because everybody keeps sending me an 820-3662 board view thinking it's the one that I actually want. Alright, so I'm going to plug the... Let's see, I'm going to get a DC in board, plug it in, see if that fixed it, and if it didn't, there's not really much else for me to do here. $600 milliamps. Hey. What do you know? Fan spin. All right. There you go. Boom. Beautiful. Works. Okay. Four, 9. Da, 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 da. All right. We'll see if they want to pay for a repair, and if they do, we'll make sure everything actually works, and if they don't, then they get it back at no charge with flux and rehot is all you get. Okay. So, what do you all say? I think it's time for another MacBook. Are you charging the customer for this? If they say they don't want to pay, they're getting it back like that. If they say they want to pay for it to be fixed, then I will actually go through all the areas that were corroded, take off the junk, put it back there, make sure everything works beautifully. If they say they don't want to pay, then they're going to get it back like that with their flux and rehot, which is better than it was before, but still not really technically fixed. But that's all you get for free. Okay. You ever take a break besides lunch? I go to sleep for a few hours a night. More MacBook. Outseeker says more MacBook. Oh God, guys are trying to murder me. More effing MacBook? Seriously? You want me to do more MacBook? What the hell? You guys... More MacBook? More MacBook! Ah! More water. We're gonna have more water and then more MacBook. Let's do it. More MacBook. Got my vitamin C water. Everybody says more MacBook. You guys are you guys want me to die here, don't you? Do the bug book. Nah. God bless you for that $2, but $2 isn't worth the bug book. I appreciate it, I really do, but $2 isn't worth my office getting infested again. Can't do it. Go home, MacBook will be there tomorrow. I can't. I need to fix. I need to fix MacBook. I will fix these MacBooks. They will work. MacBook! MacBook! I'm back! This fever's getting its ass kicked. Vitamin C or placebo. I honestly don't care which it is. I'm just happy that I don't feel as shitty. Yeah! Vitamin C. MacBook! Here we have another MacBook. This MacBook won't charge. Let's see if we can figure out why that is. Let's open up this MacBook. Let's see what's going on the inside. His casing looks a little bent. Turns out orange jugs in real life are power-ups. Indeed they are. We're kicking ass. Oh no. What did you do to this poor little MacBook? Why? Why? Never do this to a poor little MacBook. Never, ever do this to a poor little MacBook. Firstly, this is not plugged in. Oh my Jesus. This here is not a plugged-in battery. The battery plugs in like this. Secondly, this is not how you plug the Wi-Fi in. The Wi-Fi is supposed to go into this channel. Third, do not ever, ever, ever put your screw through the Wi-Fi cable. What? 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 No. This is not how you do it. Very bad. Do not screw the Wi-Fi cable. Stop it. Oh, you poor little Wi-Fi cable. Oh, you poor little Wi-Fi cable. Why? What did they do to you? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And above all, this is not how the DC-in cable goes. The DC-in cable does not touch the bearing of the fan. How is the fan supposed to spin when there's a cable touching it? No. Dear God. Oh, and you long screwed it too. You raped this little MacBook. You raped it. What? You poor MacBook. Poor MacBook. Why? You were so young and innocent. Just a poor little 820-3437 going about it. Jesus. What did they do to your screw grommet? What did they do to you? Damn straight they copazed that. Oh my Jesus. You poor little MacBook. All right. Dear, I'm so sorry. What did they do to you? They hurt you so badly. It's okay, little MacBook. It's okay. It's okay. Good little MacBook. As a web developer who's working after hours right now, I just want to say thank you for the informative videos and board repair. Your videos taught me how to solder, and I continue to learn with every video. Merry Christmas. Thank you very much, and Merry Christmas to you as well. Alright, so we're going to take this cable, and we're going to put it in the machine the right way, and plug the fan in. Oh, you poor little MacBook. You did not deserve this. Nobody deserves this little MacBook. Alright, so when you put the DC-in cable in the right way, it should actually turn on now. And it does turn on. That's that. Please be nice to the little MacBooks. This holiday season, we ask that you be kind and considerate to the little MacBook. If you don't want a little MacBook, put it on Craigslist. Put it on eBay. Give it to somebody else. But there's no reason to abuse a little MacBook. No reason whatsoever. Not at all. Bill Burr has this entire skit on how it's silly when people say that there's no reason to hit a woman. And there's definitely no reason to abuse a little MacBook. No reason whatsoever. Never. Never, ever do this to a little MacBook. I'm so sorry they hurt you, little MacBook. Oops. Someone said complete waste of time. Yep, that was a complete waste of my time. Alright, let's leave a note for this piece of shit. You poor raped little MacBook. Lewis says you shouldn't beat up women. What if she's into BDSM and loves rough play? I think the Eric Schneiderman situation showcases that you probably should avoid that shit. Yeah. I don't want to become a hashtag. I appreciate it. Alright. Another MacBook? Should we do another MacBook? Or is it time to go home? What do we do? Another MacBook or time to go? Do you accept MacBooks for donors that I want to get rid of? Yes and no. No, because every time somebody asks that, then they say, okay, I just need you to pay me $100 and I'll send you these donors. And then it's awkward because I say, well, I was only accepting it because I thought it was free. And they go, what, you expected free shit? And I'll go, well, no, I wasn't expecting it. You just offered it to me, so I assumed it was free. And then it becomes an awkward conversation. So yes and no. So if you want to send free stuff, I'll take it. If you want money for it, then eBay. Let's see. The eBay link at the bottom of the video description doesn't work. Indeed it doesn't. Half of my website doesn't work. It continuously gets hacked. Because people are assholes. Let's see. MacBook. Tony Drachev says MacBook. Andrew Bingham says do another. Tony says 4 more MacBook. Patrick Kiefer says more MacBooks. Miles Blakely says another MacBook. Why don't you read my dono? I didn't see you. Let's see. What did I miss? Maybe I wasn't paying attention to the screen. Did I miss it? Let's see. What did where's Jake's? Doesn't show up. Let's see. I have Copaz, C80 Pro, Funky Monkey Jedi, E, TCRS, Tech is Amazing, Justin Moody. Paul Daniels has called Ruby Lewis. Ruby Lewis moved to Greenwich in 2023. You'd make a lot of money. Ah, isn't Greenwich one of those places where the tiniest dump of an office is like $23,000? Seems expensive. Ruby Lewis is far too famous to want anything to do with me. Ruby Lewis is my celebrity crush. But not much is going to come of that. I went to see her Cirque du Soleil show like 7 times. If you married Ruby Lewis, would you take her last name and then be Lewis Lewis? Sure, why not? It's one of the few people that... Absolutely. Absolutely. Hi, why would you time that out instead of ban it? I don't understand. Do you think somebody who would say something like that is ever going to contribute to the chat positively in the future? No. Ban. How many more MacBooks do I have to fix to get a date with Ruby Lewis? I don't think there are enough MacBooks in the world to fix to get a date with Ruby Lewis. Time to fix another MacBook. You never know. All right. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Dun, 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 dun. You know what? I don't know if I want to fix another MacBook. But I suppose I must. I don't think I have a choice. Suppose I must. I have the mindset people change after they fucked up. What, you mean like people that take a job and then don't show up for it, and then after you give them another chance, still don't show up for it? People don't change, hi. People don't change. Delete. Delete. I think I'm actually doing better now than I was in the beginning of the stream. Fixing MacBooks appears to be giving me my life force. At the very least, you should be able to get a professional meet and greet with Ruby. Might be $10,000 to $20,000, but it would be worth it to have your dreams, preconceived notions utterly crushed. Paul Daniels, are you suggesting that I spend $20,000 to ask somebody out who says no? Really? You're a fucking cruel man. You're a goddamn cruel man, Paul Daniels. Have a good night and get some sleep. Nope, one more MacBook. Just one more MacBook. Fixing MacBooks gives me life. Fixing MacBooks gives me power. Bada bing. Another MacBook. Let's open up this MacBook. See what's going on with it. What are your plans for Christmas, Lewis? This year, for Christmas, I am going to stream myself fixing dead MacBooks. Tech is amazing. Don't meet your heroes. And don't look up to me. Look up to yourself. Alright. Time to take this thing apart. This is an 820-00281, and it appears to be filled with dust. Okay. Let's see how many amps this takes on a USB-C amp meter. Five volts, 30 milliamps, and looping. So this is not negotiating with the charger. The machine is not speaking to the charger, because if it was, then we wouldn't be stuck at 5 volts in the USB-C amp meter. Do Geo, Sam, and Catherine know each other? Paul Daniels does have an amazing cat. Aaron, this could be a missing PP3V3 underscore G3 hot, but I'm guessing it's going to be a corroded CD3215. That's not liquid that I see on the battery. It's just dust. May actually be some liquid, who knows. Stop crying, Kanabi. So much Kanabi. So much crying. Paul Daniels says, the thing I think he wins is clear voice, good video quality, isn't pontificating or trying to be holier than thou. Am I? This looks awful. This video quality is shit. How out of focus this is. It's awful. It's awful. And all I do is yawn. I don't have the silky smooth voice of Paul Daniels. I think this is going to be the last MacBook. I have run out of energy. There's no gas left in the tank. I'm just about running on empty. I think this is going to be it. This is going to be the last MacBook. The last MacBook. This is probably it. Probably the end. Paul Daniels, have you ever considered talking more like Dave Jones? Instead of "Hoy," you could say "Hoy." Seems to work for him. Hoy. I'm Dave Jones. Try it, Paul. He seems to be pimping the Australian accent. Let's get all this rubbish into a bag. Rubbish. Dave Jones. So much fur in this computer. The first thing we do is check and see if there's pp3b3_g3 hot present. Repetition makes perfect. Repetition makes perfect. Repetition makes perfect. Repetition makes perfect. Practice. PP3V3 underscore G3 hot is 3.4 volts as expected. Our issue is most likely going to be a CD3215 problem. Let's take a look at what our CD3215s look like on this MacBook motherboard. If we were to take a look at our CD3215s, we have one that is not corroded. We have another one that is not corroded. We have another one that is not corroded, and another one that's not corroded. However, if we take a look at the other side of this board, you'll see that there are little elements and signs of corrosion. And there's also little elements and signs of corrosion on the USB-C plugs themselves on this side, meaning that there's a good chance that under the CD3215s on this side of the board, we have an issue. Now remember, only one of those CD3215s is to be bad or corroded for all of this stuff to not work. We have to guess which ones it is. So first thing I'm going to do, this looks like a little JTAG-ish kind of thing, just without a connector there, so we're just going to remove this rubbish. Dave Jones is starting to get in my head. Rubbish? Rubbish? Oh, that's Sir Rubbish. Call me Dave. Rubbish. Rubbish. Alright. Let's take that little JTAG-esque thing over here and let's get rid of all that rubbish. Rubbish. God damn it. That's going to be stuck in my head forever. Rubbish! Rubbish! Okay, let's see if that did it. Here we go. 19.8 volts. 1.3 amps. And Bob's your mother effing uncle. Look at that. 19 volts. And I bet this thing's even going to give us a picture on the screen. I like Dave Jones. I appreciate his channel. I like when he says words like rubbish. Him and AVE have a very interesting vocabulary. They never taught me the words that AVE and EEV blog use in school. But they have a lot of words. Rubbish. Rubbish. Alright, so obviously it's going to want me to plug in the battery before it works, but the charge port does work, and it is able to project an image to the screen. I don't have the battery plugged in right now just because I was in testing mode, but it is able to produce an image, and it does recognize the charger. So let's go over what it is that we worked on here. Now remember, the charger is going to communicate with the CD3215 chips inside the machine. And it looks like our issue here was that there was corrosion on this debug connector, JB200. And JB200 is going to have some Thunderbolt... Let's see. Data lines and signals here. Most of our corrosion was in the upper left corner. Let's see what was in the upper left corner over here. So UPC, TA, UART. Let's see, where does this show up? What is this for? So that's going to communicate. That's what the CD3215s are going to use to communicate with each other. So the CD3215s are talking to each other on that line. But they're not if they're shorted together. And what else did we have that was kind of nasty? So there was that. And Thunderbolt, USB power enable, and ground. So that was a bit of a mess. So this over here, UPCTA UART RX, being shorted to something else, was causing our CD3215s to not talk to each other. A little bit of solder, a little bit of flux, and they're working. I've done many videos on why the CD3215s are important in order for the touch bars to charge. I have been streaming now for about 7 hours, so I am going to go to sleep and go home, but not in that order because I have a 102 fever and I'm tired. I'm tired. So I'm about to get out of here. This has been quite a long stream and quite a long day. We have fixed a lot of MacBooks today. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve, and the day after that is Christmas, and I will be here to fix a board tomorrow, and we'll be here to fix a board on Christmas. We will be fixing boards every single day from now until the end of time. So that's it for today, and as always, I hope you learned something. Just clean up my desk and get out of here. And make sure that all the terrible boards are left for Paul. All the terrible boards. Let's leave some notes. Leave some notes for this. What's the name of that mic you're using? Some countryman thing, since my DPA broke finally. Back to the excitement of my everyday life.